Merry Christmas, ladies. The year, 1986. The month, December. Hence, Christmas. The game, Layla, for the Nintendo Family Computer. Look at that dynamic duo of female strength, nearly as strong as this game's current value. Often I do my best to bring you that complete in-box experience of Famicom games. Oh no, no, not this time. Instead, we are keeping it loose. This is Layla. Multiple weapons to collect. Sci-fi explosive space action. Rather, maze action, according to the cover art. This is a pretty, 'cause beautiful ladies, good game. But first, set your snooze alarm, little backstory. Dirty pair. What's that make you think of, huh? Two things that are also dirty? Well, you're close, Amelia Bedelia. Dirty Pair was a long-running Japanese light novel, and just from the artwork, it's clear that Layla is heavily inspired by that series. Dirty Pair follows a team of trouble consultants handling planetary problems to avoid chaos and mass destruction. And just a year after the release of Layla, an official game, Dirty Pair Project Eden, was released for the Famicom disk system. But that's not this video, that's some other video that anybody could make. Let's put her in and turn her on.
Oh yeah.
The game, that is.
Oh, right.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Layla follows a not-so-dirty pair, just Layla at first. We will hunt down her partner Iris later. And they're on a mission to deal with on a mission to deal with this doctor that wants to take control of their space colony with his evil creations. The doctor has 8 asteroid fortresses where his dangerous robots and monsters are held. The asteroids are the levels, you see.
Wow.
Entering the first asteroid, we begin in a cave-like structure that will ideally lead us deeper into the Doctor's first fortress. You'll immediately be met by a set of crates that you can blast open with your pistol to collect new weapons, ammo, and other power-ups. Your default weapon never runs out of ammo, but newly collected ones have a maximum of 255 rounds. Some weapons are a little less sci-fi, like throwing axes, but they each have a unique use and power level. And if you want more speed in your movement, you can collect roller skates. They max out at 9. So instead of a dirty pair, I guess you would call those an uneven pair. Pressing select allows you to switch weapons. We've got bazookas, flamethrowers, beam swords, very, very useful grenades for getting into those hard-to-reach places, and also the question marks. I don't get it. I couldn't really figure out how they work. They appear to cause damage to Layla when being used for special functions, like damaging enemies that are on the screen or destroying all the crates, but again, that's at the cost of your life bar. Well, guess what? That's the only one you've got. No continues, no extra lives, just death. Fly away, you sweet angel, back to the sweet, sweet title screen. Luckily, Layla offers a super simple password system of 18 characters. But hey, better than nothing. You'll receive a password after completing each asteroid, and it does retain your current weapon and ammo collections. So anyone can beat the game, even me, and I'm pretty much an idiot.
That's true.
Now, as you start jumping around, you will know you're in space. The controls are floaty, but it's on purpose. I hope. Because gravity and science. You can also go all Super Mario Bros. 2 and crouch jump for some extra vertical leap. And although it's a bit rare, there are moments where the game allows you to teleport vertically through unbreakable blocks. You'll be destroying several blocks of the stages to navigate through them, because even though Layla appears to be a linear experience, don't forget what the cartridge told us. Maze action game. Once you get inside the fortress via the convenient Asteroid elevator, things change, and it's the elevators that are the source of the maze action. Two things must be done in each level. First, you must collect a password disk hidden in each fortress, and then find the boss of the asteroid. You'll need all 8 password disks to destroy the final boss in Asteroid 8. Plus, if for some reason you don't collect the disk in a stage before completing it, you will not receive a password for your hard work. The first few asteroids aren't too difficult or confusing to tackle, but then, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, you really start to notice that single life bar of yours. Sometimes the floaty controls will lead you to drop into the pits. They aren't insta-kills, but you do take some damage when being respawned after falling into their depths. Many small and wacky moving enemies will get in your way as you progress through each asteroid. Some of these appear to be random little space monsters and ghouls, but there's also no shortage of little spacemen, robots, and deadly portals. On a positive note, most enemies leave behind the ultimate healing items, ice cream and cakes. Now careful, those ice creams and cakes will bounce away if you aren't quick. You'll need as much of that health bar as possible for the boss battles. Emerging from a room decorated with a portrait of the evil doctor, our first boss, looking very much like the Gorn from Star Trek, just slowly hops around. Layla quickly dispatches of him, and we are off to our first bonus stage! Woo! Yes! And there's really no stakes here. You can't die in the bonus stages, and you only earn points toward the high score, which doesn't really benefit you other than being able to brag to your friends about your high score in a game they've never heard of. But hey, great opportunity to bust out a turbo controller. Video games! Next up through the second asteroid, bust down some walls, collect the disc, fight a bat, rat, slug-looking thing, and off to Asteroid 3. Now for those of you with keen ears, you've probably realized the Layla soundtrack is limited, consisting of no less than 2 stage themes, a boss theme, the bonus stage theme, and the title and ending themes. Actually, no more than those songs. That would be fine if they were particularly enjoyable, but they are repetitive. The Stage 1 theme loops about after 30 seconds. The tracks have this sort of high-pitched whine to them. Yeah, kind of burns into your brain just a bit. And really, the boss theme isn't even a song. Listen along with me, come on. Look at us, going on a musical journey together. You ready? That's it. Now, no offense, none taken, to composer Yasuhito Saito, who is still releasing music and even videos of him playing with a remote control UFO toy on his Vimeo page. Fortunately, I do enjoy the gameplay overall. Layla's a bit of a bad A, if you know what I say, going in guns a-blazing. But Stage 3 is where things get a bit more frustrating, with destructible blocks that serve no purpose other than to slow down the game. I'm under no fear of death right now, so there's no strategic need for me to rush in, creating this pathway through the blocks. Oh, wait, yes, there is. It seems the developers from DB Soft, may your company rest in peace, did not want you focusing too long on the fairly bland poop and pea green background graphics. Stand around for a while twiddling your weapons and a deadly "Hey, play the game!" tornado will appear to kill you. Just a heads up, you can make use of a shield which protects you from all attacks for a short while, and even the "Hey, play the game!" tornado will get bored and leave. The maze aspect of the game really plops out the cartridge now, as you must figure out, scratch that, you must guess which elevators to use, whether to ride them up or down, whether to randomly fall into certain pits on purpose. So yeah, I guess maze action would be the appropriate term. You may run into some backtracking, but I never felt like I spent more than 10 or 15 minutes stuck on an asteroid, so the frustration level was kept in check. No controllers were chucked in the making of this video. And how exciting! When you reach Asteroid 5, you can free your partner, Iris, to double up on that female firepower. Iris just sort of floats behind you, mimicking all of your actions. It would have been nice to have a little two-player co-op action, but hey, this is 1986, come on, get with the times. Aside from some semi-interesting boss battles, like this one with the Pokemon Onyx, or is that Steelix? I don't know anything after Gen 1. Oops. Or there's this battle with the snake monster that becomes a hilarious joke, where the punchline is you throwing the overpowered axes at it, rewarding you with a gigantic apple, of course. Video games! Now, Asteroid 8 is where things get nasty. Thank goodness for that password system. This stage had to be restarted a lot. The sheer number of enemies populating Asteroid 8 are daunting, and many of the paths look identical to each other, which leads to some serious maze action, but not the fun kind from earlier. It took me quite a while to learn the patterns of which elevators to skip, when to go up or down, when to look in the mirror and reflect on my quarantine weight gain. What did you do to yourself? Too many frozen pizzas. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh. Reaching Dr. Chinalakana, you know, the guy from the portraits, he just hangs back and lets his headless monster fight his battles for him. When Layla and Iris crush the creation, the doctor flies away on a hovercraft shaped like a face. Chasing after him, we arrive at the end of the game. It seems the doctor survives and the war isn't over. Best save that story for the sequel. Didn't happen. This is the only game. And boy, does it play it up. You've seen nothing yet. Actually, you're going to see nothing because, as stated prior, this is it. There is nothing else. Thankfully, Layla leaves us with an important message. I'm fed up with those cakes and ice cream cones. I've got to be in diet for a little while. And Iris says, to tell the truth, I'm invincible, but I can't move without a partner. Wow, game, that's very meta. There's a fandom for Layla out there, and we got another game, not an official sequel, but a ROM hack of the original by a programmer named Supper that significantly improves the gameplay and adds a really sweet Soundtrack, Layla, the Iris missions. Yes, in this one you're taking on a brand new set of missions as the green-haired Iris, picking up Layla along the way. Supper delivered quite a tasty dish with slight improvements to the controls, removal of the pointless bonus stages, and dastardly time tornado, all new level designs, and again, this music. Don't be a stinker, listen to this. It's good. Layla the Iris Missions is a welcome unofficial sequel, and who knows, maybe that final showdown with the Doctor finally happens. It doesn't. He gets away again. In the same way.